Hello everybody, welcome to another tango technique class at home. I hope you are all doing fine. Today's class will be for everyone, for men and women, because we will work on rhythm. Rhythm is the most important quality that you can develop in order to dance more musically. Because when you dance to a piece of music and you translate it into movement, you are basically using the rhythm to create your movement. Yeah? So rhythm is really the most important quality of music for dancers. It's the most relevant. So then, of course, it follows that it's very important that dancers are familiar with the elements of rhythm. What is rhythm made of? So you have to be familiar and really understand the concepts of beat, of accent, the concepts of double time, subdividing a beat, of half time, grouping beats, half time and pause, which often are equivalent. The concepts of syncopation, which is accentuating a part of the beat that usually doesn't have any accent, or the concept of triplet, which is subdividing a beat in a number of parts different from the subdivisions from the rest of the piece. Yeah? We will see this later. So this will be the class today. After the warm-up, I will show you a series of exercises, and in each exercise we will use a very simple sequence because we don't want to worry about complex steps. Today's point is the rhythm. And in each sequence we will use one of these elements of rhythm so that you can see how it looks like and how you can use it in your dance. And then we will have at the end a couple of extra exercises in which we will combine two of these elements. For example, we will combine double time and syncopation, or double time and triplet, which is very interesting. Okay? The point today is to help you develop your sense of rhythm and to be familiar with very important elements and how you can combine them and use them in your dance. Okay? So I hope you will enjoy the class. Let's go for the warm-up. Okay, warm-up. So if this is the first video you watch from the channel, I will explain every movement. But if you have watched other videos from this series, the warm-up is always the same because it prepares your whole body for work. Okay? So I will explain every movement now. We start with feet together and we spend a few seconds just relaxing, breathing deeply, finding our center and letting the weight of our body go down and feeling our whole foot in contact with the floor, just like that. And then, after we are relaxed, we start with circles for the shoulders, like this, yeah? So remember, make a big circle and don't bend the elbows, yeah? Keep the elbows relaxed and only use the shoulders, okay? And we do it 8 times. So let's start. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Okay, now we do circles with the arms, like this, yeah? So you start with the arms relaxed down, then you go forward with both arms, then you go up, make sure that the arms are straight, yeah? Don't bend the elbows like this, arms straight, and then from here, we open the arms to the sides, yeah? Make sure that the hands are a little bit behind your back so that you really stretch the chest, yeah? And then back to the start position, yeah? Like this, okay? And we do it 8 times, okay? So let's go. 1, 2, keep the arms straight, yeah? 3, 4, don't bend the elbows. 5, 6, keep the shoulders down. 7, and 8. Okay, good. Now we stretch the side of our torso. So with arms down and feet together, we raise one arm like this, yeah, until the arm is vertical towards the ceiling. And then with the hand that is down, you slide this hand down your leg until you can touch your knee like this, yeah? So you have to bend and stretch the side of your torso. So you keep the stretch a few seconds, and then with the hand that is up, you pull yourself up again until you are vertical, you drop the arm, and then you repeat it with the other arm, like this, yeah? Okay? So we do it 4 times to each side. So let's start. Raise the arm, 1, go down the knee, hold it, now up, and drop the arm. 1, go down, hold it, go up, drop the arm. 2, make sure the arm is straight, yeah? Go down, hold the stretch, and up, drop the arm. 2, go down, try to touch the knee if you can, hold it, and up. 3, go down, hold it, up, drop the arm. 3, go down slowly, touch the knee, hold it, and up. And 4, on this side, go down slowly, hold the stretch, go up, and 4, go down, hold the stretch, and up. Okay? Good. Now we open our legs, more or less shoulder wide, yeah? And then we bend the knees a little bit, we keep the hips straight, and we make a circle with our arms at the level of our chest, like this, yeah? And then we rotate the torso left and right. Now, make sure that you keep your head and your hips looking forward. Don't do this, yeah? Keep hips and head looking forward, so you only turn the torso. And also make sure that you are moving the torso and the arms together in one piece, yeah? Make sure that the hands are always in front of your chest, because if your hands move past the chest, that means that you are just moving the arm, but you are not working with the center. So you need to keep the hands always in front of your chest, okay? And we do it 8 times twice, yeah? So let's go. And 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 5, and 6, and 7, and 8. 8 more. 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 5, and 6, and 7, and 8. Okay? If something may crack behind, that's a good sign. Don't worry, it's good. Yeah? So you should feel loose now in your back. Now we stretch the knees. Yeah? In the next exercise, we will keep our knees straight all the time. You can grab your hips, and the idea now is to stretch the lower back. So from this position, we go forward, keeping the legs straight, yeah, until your back is parallel with the floor, yeah, more or less parallel with the floor. And then from here, we keep going down until your head is hanging, yeah, and then we bounce 3 times, 1, 2, 3, and then we go up, yeah, and we repeat this sequence 8 times. So let's go. 1, go down, parallel with the floor, bounce, 1, 2, 3, and then up slowly, yeah? 2, go down, bounce, 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 and up. 3, go down, bounce, 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 and up. 4, bounce, 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 up. 5, go down, bounce, 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 up. Keep the knees straight all the time. 6, bounce, 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 up. 7, go down, bounce, 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 up. And the last one, down, bounce, 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 relax the head and go up. Okay? Now, from this position, we keep the legs straight. Maybe we open the legs a little bit more, just a little bit more. And then we do circles with the hip, like this, yeah? So you start from the back, like this, then you go side, yeah? Then forward, and then to the other side, and then back, yeah? Try to make this circle with the hip as big as you can, okay? So we do 8 circles in one direction, and then we change the direction and we do 8 more, okay? So let's do it together. We start back, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And now we change direction. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, now we're in the center and we do the last exercise. For this exercise we put our feet together again, yeah? Make sure that the feet are touching each other, that they are completely together. And also the knees, yeah? The knees should also be together. And then first we bend the knees and we bounce 3 times on the knees. 1, 2, 3. Then we go up and then we go on the toes and we hold it a few seconds, yeah? And then we go down again. And we repeat it 8 times, okay? So let's go for the first. Make sure your feet are together and let's go. Bounce, 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 and then on the toes. Hold it and go down. 2, bounce, 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 go up on the toes, hold it, block the joint of the foot so that you can stay, yeah? And then down, 3, bounce, 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 go up on the toes, lock the foot joint, and down. 4, bounce, 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 go up on the toes, hold it, and down. 5, bounce, 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 go up, and down. 6, bounce, 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 go up on the toes, hold it, and down. 7, bounce, 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 go up on the toes, hold it, and down. And the last one, bounce, 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 go up, hold it, and down. Okay? So relax the legs a little bit, and we're ready with the warm-up. We can go for the first exercise. Okay, first exercise. For all the exercises we will use a very simple sequence because we want to focus on rhythm and timing and not worry about complicated steps. So we will do this sequence. We start with feet together in 0 position, then you switch your weight to one leg, doesn't matter which one because we will use both. And then you do 1 step forward, you change weight in 0 position, you do 1 step back and you change weight in 0 position. Yeah, very simple. Forward, change, back, change. Forward, change, back, change. Now, in this combination, there is one leg that is the active leg because it's the first leg that initiates the movement in one direction, and then the other leg is the passive leg because it follows the active leg in the same direction. So this leg is active because it's the first one going back, and this is passive because it follows going back. Okay? So active, passive, active, passive. Why is this important? Because in tango music, usually beats are grouped in 2, yeah? And you have a strong beat and a weak beat. 1, 2, 1, 2. The 1 is strong and the 2 is weak. And you have 2 legs, and this is ideal to use an active leg for the strong beat and a passive leg for the weak beat, so that your movements fit with the accents of the beats. Yeah? Strong, weak, strong, weak, strong, weak, strong, weak. Yeah? Now, this doesn't mean that the weak leg moves too passive or too dead. Yeah? The weak leg should also have accent, but the accent is not as strong as the accent of the leading leg, of the active leg. Yeah? Strong, strong, weak, but weak with accent. Weak with accent. Bam, 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 bam. Yeah? You see, both legs are active, but one, because it's dancing the strong beat, is a bit more active than the other. Okay? Good. So we will work with the metronome, yeah, like this, yeah. My metronome is set at 58 BPM. It's set to play 2 beats per bar. You can hear it. 1, 2, 1, 2, yeah. And in this exercise, we will use just the beats, yeah. 1, 2, 1, 2, forward, change, back, change, like this, okay? Now, because this is about rhythm, don't go crazy with technique, yeah? But it's important to remember the basics, yeah? For example, when you do the exercise, you should have a straight posture, of course, during the whole exercise, the chest a bit forward. You should do the whole exercise with your knees a little bit bent, yeah? The whole exercise, the knees are a little bent. Don't lift the feet, of course. Don't lift the feet like this. You have to move your feet through the floor, yeah? In contact with the floor. Bam, 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 bam. And the last thing regarding technique is that try to hold the open position of the step as long as you can. So when you do the step forward, don't close the other leg too early, yeah? Keep it back as long as you can and then close it at the very end when the beat is coming. This will help have a passive leg that still has accent, yeah? So hold the open position and hold the open position, okay? That's it. So we will count the exercise like this. You start in 0 position and you go forward, change, back, change, forward, change, back, change. These are 8 changes of weight, yeah? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So every time we complete this block, this will be 1 repetition. This will count as 1 repetition. And we will do 8, okay? 8 sets of 8 changes of weight. Don't worry, because I will count with you so that you don't get lost, yeah? So we will start first with the left leg as active leg. We will do 8 repetitions, and then we will change side, and we will do it again using the right leg as the active leg, yeah? And I could show you the exercise from behind, yeah? So that you could follow the same side, but I prefer to show it to you from the side because it's better to see the lateral movement of the leg and to see the step better, okay, in this case. So I will put the metronome here, and remember that this is about rhythm. The most important thing of the exercise, yeah, the reason we do it is that you try to step as exactly as possible with the metronome, yeah? That when you put the foot on the floor is exactly when you hear the beat of the metronome. This is about improving your timing, okay? So let's start with the left leg, yeah? Get ready, 0 position, and let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay? Usually, if I was training on my own, but for me, for myself, I would keep going. Yeah, I would do it many more times. But because I want to keep the video short, I just show you 8 times. Okay? But when you train for you, I recommend you to do it many more times. Okay? So now let's change the side, and the active leg is now the right one. Okay? So let's do it 8 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay? Good. Easy, yeah? But remember that the point is to be precise with the metronome. And what I recommend you is to think of slowing down your movements. Try to dance as slow as possible, move as slow as possible, but that you are still in the tempo, in the right tempo. Because in my experience, all of us, we all have the problem that we step a little bit too early always. We step a little bit before the beat. There is a tendency to anticipate. So what I think when I practice this is that I want to dance actually a little bit slower from what I think I should dance. And usually my timing improves. Yeah? I manage to be more precise when I slow down. Okay? And you will look better if you slow down a little bit, because you will feel more in the beat. Okay? So good, let's go to the second exercise. Okay, in the second exercise we will keep the same sequence that we did before, but we will use a double time. Yeah? A double time is nothing more than an extra subdivision that we do between beats. So it will sound like this. If these are our beats, yeah, 1, 2, 1, 2, a double time will sound like this. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Yeah? And the reason why it's called double time is that this subdivision makes that you are moving at double the tempo, yeah, double the speed. So that's why it's called double time. Yeah, it's just faster. Okay. So the way that we will do it is like this. We'll start in 0 position, and then for the first 4 beats we will use only the beat. Yeah, so we will do 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we will use a double time twice, like this. 1, 2, 1, 2. Yeah, this is the block that we do. I do it again for you. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Notice that I started back and now I finish front. So now I have to do everything in reverse backwards. Yeah? 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay? So this is the exercise. If you're a woman, you can start with the back step if you want. Yeah, that's an option. When I go forward, you go back. When I go back, you go forward. Okay? That's up to you. So let's keep this subdivision here because we will use it. And again, try to be precise with the metronome. Yeah? Usually, just one more thing, when we do a double time, yeah, ta ta ta, and we do it with the music, usually this change of weight that we do between beats, yeah, the double time itself, usually is sloppy, yeah, the timing is not good. It's not really in the middle between beats. It's somewhere in between, yeah, but it doesn't look too bad because the music has many things happening and it hides the bad timing. But when you're working with a metronome, and this is the advantage of working with a metronome, there is nothing else to distract you. There is no melody, nothing. It's just beats as very specific moments in time, very precise. So when you work with a metronome and you're doing the exercise and you do the double time, it's very, very easy to hear and to feel if your double time is really precise when the metronome sounds or if it's off, yeah? And of course the point is that you put this yeah? 1, 2, the you put it right when you hear the beat, the subdivision of the beat on the metronome, okay? So it's all about timing. Okay, so let's start. Do it 8 times. Now I start with my left leg as active leg. Let's do it together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, good. Now let's change sides, and we do it with the right leg as active leg. Okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay? Remember, and I cannot insist enough in this, if you do it wrong, usually it's because you are anticipating. You step a little bit before the beat. So really try to think slow, move slowly. Place each change of weight precisely on the beat when you hear it on the metronome, yeah? Delay it a bit, yeah? And then you will actually be much more on the beat, okay? Let's go to the next exercise. Okay, in this exercise we will use half time or a pause. The reason it's called half time is because you are moving for a while at half the tempo, so half the speed, yeah? So half time, yeah? And this is usually what it means to do a pause in tango, that there are one or more beats that you don't dance. So we will use the same tempo, same beats, yeah? And the way we will use the beats, the structure of this exercise is like this. You start in 0 position, same sequence, but now we do 3 changes of weight on the beat, and then on the 4th beat we do a pause, like this. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Pause. 1, 2, 3. Pause. Okay? Now, one thing about the pause. In the pause, you don't want to freeze the movement. You don't want to do it like this. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And then continue. Now, a pause in tango, a beautiful pause in tango, needs movement. Yeah? So what you want to do is to slow down your movement. Yeah? Actually, you do what you would do normally if you dance on the beat, but you just slow it down so that you let a beat pass without changing weight. So what you do is beat, beat. Here, you project the leg, and then you slow down your movement and you do a slow transfer of weight. Yeah? Slow transfer of weight from one foot to the other, so that the pose doesn't look dead. Yeah? Slow transfer. And then you hear the beat that you are not using for a change of weight. Beat. And then you continue. 1, 2, 3. Now this pose you do with the feet together. Yeah? So here you can also do a slow transfer of weight from one foot to another. And to accentuate what is coming after the pose, you can also bend your knees slowly, go down slowly during the pose, so that you have even another anticipation for the next movement. And then you continue. 1, 2, slow transfer of weight. 1, 2, slow transfer of weight. And bending the knees to prepare for the next step. Okay? In this way, your poses will look very beautiful and will have tension, because the movement in the pose, this slow movement in the pose, is anticipating what's coming. So this creates tension, because people who are watching you dance are looking forward to the resolution of the pose and to you doing the next movement. Okay? So that's how you want to dance a pose. Okay? So let's do it with the metronome again. I'll put it here. I will do it 8 times using the left leg as the active leg. Okay? So get ready and let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 'kay? Now change side. And I'm using the right leg as the active leg. Okay? Let's do it 8 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6, 7, 8, and that's it. Okay? Be careful with the timing of the step after the pause, because if you have balance problems, that step probably will be too early, because you have to save yourself. So try to bend the knees, go low, try to keep the core tight and have good balance, so that the timing of the step after the pause is precise, is on the beat and not too early. Okay? Great, let's go to the next exercise. Okay, next exercise we will use syncopations. Yeah? What is a syncopation? A syncopation is an accent that happens in a place where usually there is no accent. So for example, if you have 1, 2, 1, 2, usually the 1 has the accent and the 2 doesn't, or it has a weaker accent. If you accentuate the 2 instead of the 1, then you have a syncopation. For example, in reggae music is syncopated because it has 2 beats, but they accent the 2, the second beat. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. So this gives it a very jazzy, very reggae feeling, yeah? Obviously. The syncopation can be anywhere you want, yeah? It can also be in between beats on the A. For example, if you have 1, A, 2, A, 1, A, 2, and you accentuate an A, like we will do now, you have, for example, 1, A, 2, A, 1, A, 2, or 1, A, 2, A, 1, A, 1. Yeah? If you put an accent, a step, a strong step, for example with the leading leg, on the A before the 1, or after the 2, or before the 2, then you have a syncopation. You are accentuating a place, a moment in the music, a beat that usually doesn't have any accent. Yeah? So the rhythmic structure that we will use now will be like this. We will start with 2 steps on the beat, 1 and 2 and 1 A. And the third step with the active leg will be on an A between beats. Therefore, is a syncopation. We're accenting a moment between beats. So it's like this. 1 and 2 and 1 A. And then with the following leg, I am also going to use a syncopation, yeah? Because I will step on the A after the 2. 2 A. And then I will finish using the beat. And 1 and 2 and 1 and 2, yeah? So it's like this. I do it very slowly. 1 and 2 and 1 A, 2 A, 1 and 2 and 1 and 2. Yeah? With a metronome, it's like this. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. 1, 2, and 1, 2, 1, and 2, and 1, and 2. Yeah? So we have beats, and then we have these 2 syncopations there in between. Okay? I hope you got it. Anyway, I'm going to do it now 8 times with each leg for you, so you will be able to see exactly how it works and copy. Yeah? So let's practice syncopation. 8 times using the left leg as leading leg. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8. Okay? If you have problems following what I'm doing, just try to remember this rhythm. Yeah? Da, 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 da. This is what you are doing with your feet. Okay? Let's do it now 8 times using the right leg as the leading leg. Okay? Let's do it together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay? Syncopation. Try to really accentuate that yeah? 1, 2, 3, yeah? This is a surprise, yeah? If you use it in your dance, and it fits the music, obviously, your rhythm, the rhythm in your dance will be very, very effective. Okay, so practice this. Okay, let's go to the next exercise. Okay, in this exercise we will continue with syncopations, but we will try something a little more sophisticated, because in this sequence we will have now more syncopations, we will combine them with double times, and also the syncopations will be in more interesting and fine places than before. Yeah? In the previous exercise we divided the beat in half. Yeah? So we had 1 2 1 2 So just one subdivision in the beat, and it sounded like this. Yeah? 1 2 1 2. That means that if you wanted to dance a syncopation, you had only one place where you could put it, which is the So in this exercise, we will divide the beat not in 2 parts, but in 4 parts. Yeah? So you will have the main beat, the 1, and then 3 ahs. It sounds like this: 1 2 1 2. Yeah? That's if I count beats. If I count subdivisions, you have 4 subdivisions in the beat, and it sounds like this: 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4. Yeah? In the metronome, it would sound like this: 1 2 1 2 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4. Yeah? So why do we do this? Because now, with more subdivisions, you have more resolution inside the beat, yeah, and more choices to where to put the syncopation. It doesn't have to be anymore in the middle of the beat. It can be in any of the 4 subdivisions, or the 3 if you exclude the first beat. So that allows you to create more interesting and sophisticated rhythmic patterns with syncopations, because now the syncopation can be in any of these subdivisions. Okay? So, the sequence that we will do works like this. Remember that in our sequence we have 8 beats. Yeah? The sequence takes 8 beats to complete. And now each beat is divided in 4 parts. Yeah? 4 subdivisions. So, on the first beat, we start in 0 position. This is where the difficulty starts, because the first step, we are not going to do this step on the 1, which would be the natural thing to do. We will do it on the 2. Or, in other words, on the A after the 1, immediately after the 1. So if we have 4 subdivisions, it sounds like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. You see, this is our first syncopation. Because we are, with our step, we are accentuating a part of the beat that usually wouldn't have any accent at all. Yeah, the 2 wouldn't have any accent at all. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we are accentuating that part. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? That's the first beat. On the second beat, we will have 2 steps. We will step on the 1, which is the natural place, and on the 4, which is the last subdivision. So it will sound like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah? 1, 2, 3, 4. The first one is not a syncopation because we're accentuating the natural beat. But the 4 is a syncopation because it's a subdivision that usually wouldn't have any accent. Yeah? So it will be like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah? So far we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah? 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah? It's very syncopated. Okay. On the third beat, we will accentuate with our step the third subdivision of the beat. So it will sound like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? And the 3 usually is where you put a double time. If you want to dance a double time, usually, and you have 4 subdivisions in the beat, usually you are accentuating the 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's a double time. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, yeah? So you could say, well, it's not really a syncopation, it's a double time. But I consider it a syncopation. Why? Because for it to be a double time, you would have to also do a step on the 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, yeah? Then it would be a double time. But because we are not doing any step on the 1, we are only using the 3 by itself, then it is a syncopation, yeah? Because it doesn't have the 1 before with a step. 1, 2, 3, 4, yeah? So far we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, yeah? 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, okay? Now, the fourth beat. In this one we will have 2 steps. And the steps will be on the second and the third subdivision of the beat. So it will sound like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So the 2 is clearly a syncopation because it's the A that comes right after the 1. 1, 2. The 3 is a double time because it's usually the middle of the beat. So that's where you put a double time. But because you don't have the 1, you could say that it's also syncopation. So depending how you look at it, you have a syncopation and a double time, one right after another, or you just have 2 syncopations, one right after another, depending how you feel about it. Yeah? So far, the first 4 beats are like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah? Again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? So these are the first 4 beats. And then we have 4 beats more. But in these 4 beats on the second part of the sequence, we will use just the 1. Yeah? Like the first exercise. Yeah, we will do 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's the good news. So very simple, so we'll have some time to rest between syncopations. Yeah? So the whole exercise, the whole sequence, doing slowly, yeah, looks like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah? With a metronome, I do it once, counting for you, so that the rhythm is clear. Yeah? 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So what we have is like this. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? Ta 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 ta. You see, it's two halves. The first half is full of syncopations. The second is just on the beat. Okay? So let's do it. Let's do it together. I'll put the metronome here. And I will start doing it 8 times. Yeah, I will count each repetition of the sequence 8 times for you. And I will start with the left leg as the leading leg. Okay? So, 0 position, get ready, posture, bend the knees, and let's go. 1. 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. Okay? Remember that it sounds like you have to do a lot of stuff fast, but think about the movement slow, dance slowly, yeah? One syncopation at a time, doing slowly, okay? Right leg is the leading leg now. Let's do it 8 times. And 1. 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. Yeah? Okay? Great. If you want, you can do this exercise in pairs. If you have somebody to work with, practice embrace or even a tango embrace, yeah? You can do the exercise together, because it's great to check if you have a good sense of timing with your partner and if both members of the couple understand the timing in the same way, especially that you are able to step exactly at the same time. Yeah? You can also record yourselves on video and then do the exercise and then check the video. Watch if your legs are stepping exactly on the beat, yeah, with the metronome and together with each other. Yeah, that would be ideal. Okay, let's go to the next exercise. Okay, in this exercise we get into triplets. And what are triplets? Well, triplets are temporary subdivisions of a beat in 3 parts. Yeah? In the previous exercises we have divided our beats always in an even number of parts. For example, in 2 parts, 1 2 1 2, or in 4 parts, 1 2 1 2. Yeah, but you can also divide it in an odd number of parts. For example, 3. That's why it's called triplet. Yeah, 1 2 1 2. If you count subdivisions, it's like 1 2 3 1 2 3. Yeah. In the metronome, it's very easy to set triplets up. They sound like this. Yeah. 1 2 1 2. Yeah. Each beat is divided in 3 parts. Now, when you hear this, yeah, you might say, yeah, but this sounds like vals, right? Vals rhythm. Well, technically, it's not the same. Vals rhythm and triplets is not the same, because in vals rhythm, what you have is 3 beats that are grouped together. 1 2 3 1 2 3, and this grouping of beats in 3 is the same, is constant throughout the piece. From the beginning of the vals till the end of the vals, you always have 3 beats. 1 2 3 1 2 3 grouped together. But when you have a triplet is different, because a triplet is a temporary, momentary subdivision of a single beat in 3 parts in a piece that otherwise has a different rhythmic structure. It has a 2 rhythmic structure, or a 4. Yeah. So in a vals you will always have 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3. That's because it's a vals. Yeah. But in a track that has a triplet, you have 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2. You see? There was only 1 beat that was divided in 3 parts, not the whole thing. That's when you talk of a triplet. And triplets are great to create tension rhythmically, or to highlight a part of the piece, of the tango in this case, that is a climax or a high point in the music. Yeah? So if you can follow the triplet with your steps, then that's great. That's absolutely great. So the sequence that we will do now is very simple. We will use the triplet rhythmic structure of the metronome, and the 8 beats that we have will be like this. So we will do 2 steps following the beat, just following the beat. Yeah? So 1 2. And then we will do 4 steps doing a triplet and the next beat. So 1 2. Okay? And then we will repeat this structure again, going backwards. First 2 steps on the beat, 1 2 and then 4 steps following a triplet and the next beat. 1 2 and then repeat. Yeah? 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2. So with the metronome, yeah, we have this step, 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 step. You see? Quite simple. Okay? Just to get used to the feeling of a triplet. Yeah, okay? So let's do it 8 times with both legs. Yeah? Put the metronome here. And I will count every repetition so I don't get lost. So get ready, 0 position, and let's go. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 with the timing, precise, it will help you to have your knees bent during the exercise, okay? So let's do it 8 times more. Now the right leg is the leading leg. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay? Great. Very good. Again, I recommend you, if you have somebody, try it in a couple, yeah? See if you can match exactly each other's rhythm, timing and tempo with the metronome, okay? So let's go to the last exercise. Okay, in this last exercise we will stay with triplets, but we want to try something a little bit more sophisticated because we want to combine in the same sequence steps based on dividing a beat in two, like in a double time, with steps based on a beat divided in three, like a triplet. So we want to combine double time and triplet in the same sequence. So how does this work? Imagine that I play you the triplet again on the metronome. Yeah, it's like this. 1, 2, 1. Yeah, so you have three subdivisions. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Now, if you play a beat divided in two, remember it sounds like this. 1, 2, 1, 2. So if you add the beat divided in two on the triplet, what you have is the 1, the 2, and then in between the 2 and the 3 of the triplet, you have a point in the middle, which is the subdivision of the beat in 2. Yeah? So it will sound like this. If you play them together, it will sound like this. 1, 2, 1, 2. Meanwhile, this is doing 1, 2, yeah. So you have this 1, 2, 1, 2, yeah. I hope this is clear, yeah. You are playing triplets and a beat subdivided in two at the same time, okay. So unfortunately, the metronome cannot play this, cannot play both at the same time. Either it plays a triplet or it plays a beat subdivided in two. So what I will do is to set the metronome to play the triplet, yeah, and then the division in two, we have to put it there ourselves. The metronome won't play it for us, okay? So that's where you have to be careful with your timing. So the sequence that we will do works like this. You start in 0 position, and then the first step is on the 1, yeah? 1, so very simple. Now the first thing we do is a double time, yeah? A double time like this. 1, 2, okay? Double time. This is a beat divided in 2. Now we wait in this open position between steps, and then we do a triplet and the next beat, yeah? 1, 2, okay? Now we're in this position again. Now we repeat the same sequence. So we do the double time, 1, 2, and then we do the triplet, 1, 2, okay? The triplet and the next beat. Now hopefully we finish in 0 position forward so that we can repeat the whole thing now starting backwards. So first comes the double time, 1, 2, and then comes the triplet, 1, 2, and then again double time and the next beat, 1, 2, and the triplet and the next beat, 1, 2. Okay? If I play with the metronome, remember the metronome is playing triplets only. So the double time we have to put it ourselves. Okay? Double time, triplet. Double time, triplet. Okay, that's the sequence, and we do it 8 times. Okay, so let's do it. Let's do it together. I'll put the metronome here, and I will count with you 8 repetitions. And I start with the left leg forward as the leading leg. Okay, so 0 position, and let's go. 1. 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 'Kay? Now change sides, and we use the right leg as the leading leg. Remember to flex your knees so that it's easier to do fast steps. Okay? So let's go. 1. 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 'Kay, good. Be careful with the double time, yeah, ta, 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 because it's not played by the metronome. And if you're not careful, you might move that double time, the step in the middle, towards one of the triplets, yeah? Instead of doing ta, 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 you might be doing ta, 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 or ta, 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 yeah? And that's the wrong timing, because you are using one of the triplets when you want to use the middle of the beat, yeah? So be careful with that. Okay, so those were all the exercises. I hope you enjoyed this. And try this. If you have difficulties doing the steps, doing the sequences with your feet, yeah, dancing them, I recommend start the exercise just by clapping, yeah, with a metronome or with some reference that you have, yeah. Start by clapping, because the main thing is to develop your sense of rhythm, yeah. And for that, first you have to understand the rhythm. You have to understand the structure you are playing. So with clapping is much easier. You don't need any technique, and it helps you to quickly understand this rhythmic structure you are trying to do. And then when the rhythm is really clear, and you are satisfied with your clapping, that your clapping is precise, then you can try exactly the same with your feet. Yeah? The goal is to do that rhythm precisely with your feet. Okay? So, thank you very much for watching. I hope you have fun, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.